Hey y'all, sorry for the little impromptu video. I know I don't really post very often, but I was just watching a recent video from Harry's Moving Castle where he literally just posted it um, about the Black Mirror episode Maisie Day from like the most recent season that came out a couple months ago. And I left a little comment, and then it kind of reminded me of something that I kind of wanted to bring up. But I think I would want to ponder for a little bit uh, before I bring up the analogy. Basically, about the Maisie Day episode. I'm not gonna go into it because spoilers, but to let sorry for my stuttering. Anyways, basically it involves a sudden switch to something else. That's all I'll say. And it just kind of made me think about how people aren't really like we don't always adaptable to change. Like obviously some people do because of us people are varied and how we differ as a species, and some of us can adapt to change very well and accept it. But obviously, if you look at history, it isn't always the case, and how us humans like to kind of like just see something that's all of a sudden different. Like obviously, because if like it is very subtle and slow, we can get used to it. Like I'm not immune to this either. Like obviously I don't like a sudden like switch of something, like if my schedule all of a sudden changes where if I have no time to get used to it or to like slowly go into it, then yeah, of course I'm not gonna like that. And I like to at least have some time to get used to it, and like I said, it's kind of a thing that us humans tend to share. And even like it can't always necessarily be the whole case across the board. Like some people kind of like differ from case to case because But back to the analogy, change isn't a thing that us humans don't always accept very well. When something all of a sudden just drastically changes, we don't like it and we tend to react in like very strong emotions. And that's kind of like how people reacted to the Maisie Day episode of Black Mirror, where like a lot of people like kind of shared and like came together and kind of reveled in like all of their shared hatred of the episode. And this is more generally, it's not to like say a specific thing, but generally we all like to come together to like revel or like share our mutual feelings about something, because it kind of connects with other people. Us humans, we like to connect with one another. So it kind of does like remind me of that. And the analogy that I was thinking of was the boiled frog analogy. How like if you all of a sudden like heat up something, the frog will jump out, but if you like slowly boil it, the frog won't notice that it's being boiled to death. Or well, because I'm kind of changing my language around animals instead of using it as like an object. I would say they as like to denote their living thing, which that's another thing. I know. Funny because I am so sorry for these side tangents. But a friend of mine mentioned like in a little thing that I got in someone else on Instagram that I broke all four of Grice maximums, which didn't know until then. But anyways, back to what I was saying. That it kind of made me think of that analogy because to think when like the frog being slowly boiled because they're getting used to it and they don't notice that they're being killed and to their detriment. But if like you turn it quickly, the frog will jump out because like that's something that's being sudden, which that is not a human species. But it did make me kind of think about, because that itself is an analogy about how like when something does switch that us humans tend to, just not like it and even jump on a bandwagon to share a mutual dislike of it because of said thing. Um, so yeah, sorry, that was my little tangent. Anyways, I think I would want to give you a reading update for what I'm reading. Because yes, I have been reading. One is This Town Sleeps by Dennis E. Lehane. Um, it's a novel about a gay Ojibwe man, and there's like some mystery elements, and also it kind of focuses like briefly on other people who are living in like this town the res he lives in. And it's also not that long, so I think I'll be actually able to finish this pretty quickly. And then I'm also reading The Guild of Stories by Joel Gomez, which is like involves vampires, and the main character is a black woman and she's queer. It's not really huge of a spoiler, and in the first chapter, which is pretty lengthy, you get to kind of like it's kind of have a hint of that, and yeah, and it's a historical novel. It's like sweeping genre through like different time periods. Both books I think are like decent, and also yeah, I have that hanging over my thing. I don't really care for my mom put it there, and also it's dusty, so I need to clean that. Anyways, sorry for that little tangent. Um, for this book, like I said, they're both okay, but these chapters are like super long, and I'm hoping I can finish this thing by the end of the month, but I know that's gonna take a little bit of determination. But I did finish Sonora and Summer Party, which I read those last month when I was more determined. So yeah. Anyways, that's a little update of what I'm reading, and also my little pondering rant. Yeah. So, anyways, see y'all next time.